Um, Today we are going to celebrate the third anniversary of the Principality of Lipstinstein. Um, to all citizens or allies or someone who is watching this video for the first time or before, today we're celebrating the third anniversary of Lipstinstein, which I probably said. We have found this micronation on. I have found this micronation on March 16th, 2023. Yeah, and that was 3 years ago. It feels like 2 or 1 year ago, though. But gosh, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. But yeah, it's quite nice that I have somehow managed to keep this micronation going, because almost all micronations in St. Louis are inactive. Like, the only micronations that are currently active here in St. Louis is me, Aldonia, and Kalenia, I guess you could say, and I guess maybe other, but whatever, I guess. But anyways, today, I was showing you, I guess, oh, yes. I'll be reading the Constitution of the Principality of Lipstinstein and probably some other stuff too. So, yeah. Now, when I first started this micronation, it was first called Lobster Island. I think almost all of you probably know. We didn't really have a constitution though, because I didn't really know what a constitution was. That was like all back in like 6th grade. I was like 12 something years old, something like that. Not for sure, to be honest. But maybe possibly 13. I don't really know. Totally kind of forgot, but you know. Yeah, I was quite young. I didn't really know about micronations at all. I thought I was the first person to ever like do this sort of kind of type of thing. So yeah. Yeah, really not much to say about it really. When I first made it, I guess I really didn't even know what I was even doing, to be honest with you. But now I have very much so am building it still, of making a better, good government than it was before, because I think it was just basically a one-party state, if I have to be honest. But yeah, it's developing, having a parliament, lower and higher house, and having a parliament. We have a prime minister. We had prime minister elections last year. So quite pretty much so far we're doing pretty good. So yeah, we're still gonna keep building, still strong. So yeah. Anyways, enough of all that. Let's read the Constitution of Lipstinstein. This was also helped by Ortraptor. I'll try to put his channel link to the description below. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. The preamble. We, the people of the island, come together in unity, led by our glorious prince, to create a more perfect nation, free from the corruption of the UN, United Nations. Article 1. The Monarchy. 1. The prince shall be the half of authoritarian and leader of the nation. 2. The princess shall be the wife of the prince. She has zero actual power, only criminal. 3. The title of the prince shall be passed down to the firstborn son of the prince, upon the son turning 13, or the death of the prince, whichever happens first. 4. Should the prince die without an heir, the title shall be given to whichever. Sorry, I can't really pronounce it. It's illegible. Make is closest in the lineage. Number 5. Should there be no illegible male heir, such as event of the execution of the male lineage, I think that what it says, of the royal family. The monarchy and its title shall be abolished. Article 1 shall be retired, and the Lipstinstein shall be eliminated, renamed. Immediately. My bad. Shall be immediately renamed to the Republic of Lipstinstein, with the Prime Minister becoming the highest government role and recognized leader of the nation. Sorry, I said some missaid some things. Article 2. The Prime Minister. 1. The Prime Minister shall be the highest elected official of the nation, other half of the authority of Prince. Authority, basically, me and the Prince have both share 50% of the power. We can do some things, but we also sometimes have to get approved from the Parliament, of course. So, yeah. If that makes sense to you. Anyways. 2. The Prime Minister shall have the powers to sign treaties and laws approved by the Parliament, engage in diplomacy, create, edit, and solve ministers. I believe that's what it says, ministries. Maybe, I don't know. And lead the military if the prince is unable. And 3. The Prime Minister shall be elected via popular vote. 4. The Prime Minister shall serve a term of 3 months. 5. There shall be no limit to how many times someone may elect Prime Minister. 6. Should there be suspicion that the Prime Minister is engaging in legal action or actions the citizens don't approve of, the citizens may petition for the impeachment of the Prime Minister, which shall be decided via popular vote. 7. Should the Prime Minister be successfully impeached, they shall be barred from running in any future Prime Minister elections and be barred from holding any prostitutions. I probably said that wrong. I apologize. Prostitutions in the government and force. 8. Under no circumstances can the impeachment petition be forcefully stopped, censored, or otherwise impeached. Attempting to influence the impeachment in any way that isn't a fair vote will be punished by death. 9. The age of the citizen, any citizen aged 13 years old or older may run for position of Prime Minister. 10. The Prime Minister is required to be part of a political party to run. Sorry, I probably have some misspelled of stuff like that, I guess you could say. So yeah. Prime political parties. And now a lot of people are gonna say, like, what if they want to be independent? Well, we already have an independent party. That was run by Ryan Diggerman, to be exact. So we technically already have an independent party, so I guess that's that, or whatever. Anyways, Article 3, the Parliament. 1. The Parliament shall be split into 2 houses, the House of Lords, Upper House, and the House of Commons, Lower House. 2. The House of Commons shall consist of an amount of members shall equal to the cube root of the total population of the nation. 3. All members of the House of Commons shall be elected via popular vote. 4. All members of the House of Commons must be part of the registered and approved political party. 5. The House of Lords shall consist of the leaders of the various kingdoms of Lipstinstein. Kingdoms in Lipstinstein, such as the Kingdom of Lipstinstein, the Commonwealth of Lobster Island, and some other some other kingdom or commonwealth, duchy names I forgot, like St. Charles, New Quebec, French, whatever, and some other territories too. I kind of forgot the name. I apologize, but yeah, basically all the provinces, kingdoms. So yeah, interesting. 6. The Parliament shall be in charge of writing, reviewing, and voting on new laws, treaties, politicians, policies. Sorry, I'm not really good at pronouncing some things. Sorry, I apologize. And constitutional amendments. Should the vote pass in the House of Commons, it shall move to the House of Lords, and if passed there, shall move to the Prime Minister, who will either sign it into law, deny it, or send it back to the House of Commons to be rewritten to fix any issues the Prime Minister finds. 7. The Prince may not vote or veto, I believe veto or vote, I think it's veto, V-E-T-O, correct me if I'm wrong, any actions in the Parliament at any step of the process. 8. Votes shall last a total of 1 week per House, and the Prime Minister has 2 weeks to make their final decision. Article 4. The military. 1. The military shall be armed in forces of all domestic and foreign policies of Lipstinstein. The prince will, and the defense of this Constitution. 2. The military high command shall consist of the prince, the prime minister, a chosen major general of the military, who shall have the rule for life until and unless the prince and prime minister choose a replacement, and 5 chiefs of the branches. 3. The military shall consist of 5 branches: the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Space Force, and the Police Force. 4. Each branch shall be handed by a chief chosen by the Prince, Prime Minister, and MG, MG is the Major General, to be exact, who may lead their branch, promote soldiers in their branch to higher ranks, and advise in the MHC on overall military strategy. Article 5. The citizens. 1. The citizens shall have the following rights granted: freedom of speech, freedom of create or join a political party, freedom of information, freedom of press, action to shelter, access to food and water, access to education, access to health service, freedom of religion, freedom to peacefully protest, and freedom to bear arms. 2. The government and private the government and this is a little bit it's a little bit cursive or something like that, I guess you could say. It's a little bit hard for me to read it, which I apologize. Private organizations, I forget it, I guess. Organizations shall not discriminate against anyone on the basis of gender, race, sexual orientation, Dear gosh, I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce some things. Religion, political affiliation or disabilities. 3. The citizens shall be able to register a political party with a name, logo, and description of the party, and its views, which shall be reviewed by the Parliament, so long as it does not violate any laws of this Constitution. The political party shall be approved within a month. 4. Any citizen aged 13 or older can create a company or own stocks in a company. Here, let's sign, of course. Article 6. Allies. 1. The Principality of Lipstinstein shall be able to enter into alliances and organizations with other nations, hold embassies in other nations, and host foreign embassies. 2. Alliances shall operate on a case-by-case system wherein the terms of the alliance shall be detected in a treaty written and signed by the leaders and parliaments of Lipstinstein and the other involved nations. 3. Should the terms of the alliances be violated, or the citizens of Lipstinstein believe the alliance no longer benefits them, Lipstinstein shall immediately begin the process to leave the alliance within a 72-hour notice to the other alliance members. Article 7. The Kingdoms. 1. The Principality of Lipstinstein shall be a federation consisting of various kingdoms, whose borders are established by the Parliament, and whose royal family shall be chosen by the Parliament. 2. The ultimate local authority of a kingdom shall be a king, who also henceforth be a member of the House of Lords. 3. All kingdoms must have a constitution which establishes their monarchy, prime minister, parliament, and bases unrelied rights in a similar fashion to this constitution. 4. In order for a kingdom to gain independence, the citizens of that kingdom must decide via a popular vote to declare their desire for independence. This declaration shall then move through Lipstinstein's parliament for review. If approved, the kingdom shall become independent and will be a protectorate of Lipstinstein for 1 year to ensure the transition to independence goes smoothly and no hostile nation attempts to impede on the sovereignty of the newly formed nation. After the year concludes, Lipstinstein shall revoke its obligations to the kingdom. Article 8. Enemies of the state. 1. The prince may declare any person, organization, and/or nation to be an enemy of the state. Even the prime minister too, if possible, by the parliament, I guess. 2. This article supersedes Article 5, and all enemies of the state shall lose access to their rights outlined in Article 5, and can be subjected to censorship, prosecution, arrested, or prosecution, arrest, and executions. Yeah. Anyways, Article 9. The economy. 1. Lipstinstein's economy shall operate on the values of free market capitalism. 2. No members of the government are allowed to own a company or stocks in a company. 3. In the event of war, certain key industries such as steel, may be nationalized. 4. The government shall not work with any companies, nor shall it place any restrictions on companies, except in the event of the Act 1 of Section 3 of this article. Article 10. Amendments. This Constitution may have amendments added into the deed arise. These amendments shall pass through the Parliament to be approved or denied. The amendments are listed in the following. None so far. To be, and they also, of course, our motto. To be or not to be, for a strong nation or a man of doubt. By Prince Maximus I of the Prince of Lipstinstein. First Prince of Lipstinstein. That was the Constitution of Lipstinstein. The first Constitution ever. As I had to be honest with you. So yeah. Yeah. Hope you liked it. We're still approving with our government, of course. Yeah, if you are curious of joining Lipstinstein, please be my guest. I will probably also link the Discord server of Lipstinstein on my YouTube description below. So yeah. Now let me show you some. I guess I can show you some stuff that I have. Here's this pillow I got. This was the This was a flag, the old Lobster Island battle flag, the blue Lobster Island flag to be exact. I'm not gonna lie, to be honest, I kind of like this, to be honest. I wish it was the Lipstinstein one, but this one is so good. I like it. So yeah, so good. I also have some of these other micronation flags, such as Aldonia, the Democratic People's Republic of Pashanitska, and I know that this isn't the right Platonic flag, but I lost the other ones, unfortunately, so this is the only one I have, so yeah. And of course, Patrick's micronation, I'm not sure if it's still active or not, but this is the closest flag I got for it. The Kingdom of Ireland, or the new Kingdom of Ireland, or something like that, I guess. I don't know, to be honest. Not sure if it's still active or not, but I just have it there just because. Anyways, so I don't really know much to say, to be honest, though, but yeah, I just set this whole thing up for the video. Not sure how long this video is. But if you ever have any questions, please comment down below. If you have any questions, of course. Probably there's probably gonna be like some questions like what inspired you of making this flag? If anyone asks that question, I can't just ask that now, I guess. I got this idea of this flag. I don't know what inspired me to make this flag. It's a really good question. I don't really know. Like, I want to say, like, sort of, kind of the German Empire, but also kind of not really, too. It's a good question. I like that you asked that question, though. But I don't think anyone has yet. But I know someone will probably ask that question. If anyone does, so. But it's a really good question. I don't really know on what inspired me to make that flag. I guess, like, this battle flag of Lipstinstein right here. As you can see right here, this is the battle flag of Lipstinstein. When I made it, well, I think I made this one first, of course. Well, I think the first one was the civil flag of Lipstinstein. That was the first one. And when I made it, I was generally kind of interested in the flag. I generally kind of think that I genuinely kind of did a pretty good job on it. And I didn't know what coat of arms to put it on there. But then I remember seeing um, this one flag, the Austrian flag, the Austrian Empire, or the Austria-Hungary, whatever. It had some sort of kind of like coat of arms thing, something like that, I guess. Like imagine all red, basically all red. It had like a crown on top. But what I did is basically I got rid of the crown. I got the coat of arms, made it all black. And this is what I got. Lipstinstein. A lot of people are wondering, possibly some people might be also wondering, where did I get the name? Well, that's also a good question. I'm not really 100% for sure. I'm like, I guess you could legit say I got the idea from Lipstinstein. But also, I used to watch a lot of videos of gameplay of the game Wolfenstein. If you're unfamiliar, it's basically somewhere like at like if the Nazis won World War II by with robots or something like that. I guess it's a quite interesting game. I've never played it before, but I've seen gameplay. It's quite cool, if you ask me. And I kind of like the name Stein, Wolfenstein. I don't really know why I like the name. It sounded kind of cool. Liechtenstein sounded kind of cool to say too. So, and also the name Lipstin. The name Lipstin. I was inspired by lobsters because before we became Lipstinstein, we were first called Lobster Island, of course. Basically, I kind of just was thinking, what should like you know how like Aldonia, like people who are from Aldonia are called Aldonians, and people who are from America are called Americans. People who are from Plashaninska are called Placheniks. What should people be called in Lobster Island? I was really thinking about it, and I still don't know. Like I was thinking of lobster. I can't call them lobsters. That's stupid, you know. It's just kind of dumb, you know. So I didn't really know what to do. So I kept thinking, and the idea just popped up in my head. Lipstin. Kind of sounds like listen, but Lipstin. Lipstin. I just spelled it out. I was like, I actually kind of like that name, Lipstin. And then later on, I combined Lipstin and Stein. I mean, Lipstinstein. The name Lipstinstein was originally the capital's name of Lobster Island. I made some flags for it though, but I didn't really know which one was good, if I had to be honest. But then later on, of course, I have dissolved the name of Lobster Island and renamed it and changed the flag, of course, to the Principality of Lipstinstein. So yeah, some people kind of missed Lobster Island though, which I totally get and understand. But to be honest though, I think I did the right choice of making it more serious, if I had to be honest. So yeah, I really love the flag. A little bit much more better than the older one, of course, which I know some people are gonna like disagree. Maybe a few, but I generally kind of do think a lot of people really like this. So yeah, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but happy 30th anniversary to Lipstinstein. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you next time with new announcements. Goodbye. Or yeah, I don't really know like the salute. Should like yes. I generally I don't know, but whatever. See you guys. Thank you for watching.